Hi everybody, welcome to Savage Ink Studios. I'm your host Ink, and today is a sketchbook story time inspired by Emily Artful. It is inspired by Emily Artful in two different ways. The first way is she made a video saying something about how nobody wants to tell the story about that one time that they were a total asshole. And I decided that I want to be that person. I'm going to tell that story about that time that I was a total asshole. So I'm going to do that. This is also inspired by Emily Artful because she inspired me to get back into watercolors, which I tried as a kid and really didn't like, but coming back to it as an adult, I really enjoy it. She also inspired me to try gouache for the first time. This piece was done with gouache, and I don't love it, but I'm sure I'll get there. So, on to the story. You should know, as a kid, I did not have a lot of friends. As an adult, I don't have a lot of friends. In my lifetime, I'm pretty sure I've had 4 good friends, and this story includes 3 of them. The story starts my very first day of 8th grade. I had been moved to a new part of my school because I had issues with some kids in the part that I was in the previous year. So, first day, 8th grade, and I'm sitting in homeroom, first class attendance, and I'm sitting there with my trip pants and my big black sweatshirt and my unwashed, colorful hair and a bloody safety pin sticking out of my ear. This is how much I wanted people to leave me alone. Everything about the way that I looked screamed, stay away from me. So I'm sitting there, totally prepared to be the badass who doesn't talk to anybody, and I feel a tap on my shoulder. And I turn around, and it's this long-haired, tie-dye wearing, hippie-looking, free-spirited girl. And she goes, "Hi, I'm Tiffany." And I'm just like, cool, leave me alone. But this girl did not leave me alone. This girl showed up at my locker after every class. And after 2 weeks of her insisting that we were going to be best friends and her following me around the school, I finally snapped, and I'm just like, look, lady, I will eat lunch with you for 1 day if you promise that after that you will just leave me alone forever. And she's like, alright, if you eat lunch with me for 3 days and you still totally hate me, I'll leave you alone forever. And I'm like, fine. Previously to this, I actually ate my lunch either in the principal's office or in a bathroom. Because again, this is how much I really didn't want to be around other people. So I agree to go to lunch with this girl, and I go, and she's your typical high school social butterfly. She gets along with everybody, but her 2 best friends happen to be these really cool guys. And we had the same pervy sense of humor, which she hated and thought was absolutely vulgar, but I ended up getting along with her guy friends so well that we became this inseparable group of friends, the school weirdos. So we'll call the guys Brian and Vlad. So Brian, Vlad, Tiffany, and me, school weirdos. Nobody else really hangs out with me and Brian and Vlad, but Tiffany, like I said, social butterfly, gets along with everybody. Sweetest girl ever, everybody loves her. Now, here's just a little backstory on me. I don't like putting my hands on girls. It's not something that I do. I used to work out a lot, and I did not feel comfortable hitting girls because I was always really worried that I was going to severely injure them. So this story of that one time I was a total ass involves that backstory and this group of friends. So my middle school yearbook had a section where the school kids could vote on who's most likely to blank. most likely to succeed, most likely to become a comedian, most likely to end up in a cardboard box on the side of the road. Actually got that one year. Super, right? So one of them was most unique. And guess who got it? I did. I got most unique, which was actually really surprising because I took that as a compliment, and most kids really didn't like me, so I did not expect any kind of compliments. Anyway, school yearbook photos included each of these things. So if you got most likely to be a comedian, or most likely to succeed, or whatever, they had a day where you would go to the cafeteria, and outside of your actual school yearbook photo, they would take a photo for that section. So, most likely to be a comedian, kids would wear, like clown noses or stupid shit like that. So, the day comes, and Tiffany's like, "Oh my god, Ink, you have to go get this picture." On top of not liking other people and being around people, I did not like being stuck in front of a camera. At all. Not like, oh, I'm so ugly, I'm not photogenic or anything dumb like that. I just didn't like the attention. I did not want to be stuck in front of a camera, and I told her that. So Brian and Vlad are both like, "No, you really should, you really should." And I'm like, "No, guys, I'm really not going to." And these idiots think that it would be a smart idea to try to physically drag me to the cafeteria for this photo shoot. And they're pulling on me, and I'm like, "Guys, knock it off." And halfway there, I start panicking, like I freeze. And they're still pulling on me, and I'm like, "Guys, y'all have to the count of 3 to let me go or something bad's gonna happen." Because I could feel it rising up within me, this anxiety, this moment of panic, and I knew it wasn't gonna end well. So I say that, and the guys, being, smart folks, run to the other side of the hallway, 'cause they know better. But this girl, Tiffany, keeps pulling on me. And I counted like a mom with a toddler that was misbehaving. 1, 2, 3. And this bitch was still holding on to me. So what did I do? I flipped her over my shoulder, and her head cracked against the floor, and I just kind of walked away. Ugh. And, don't get me wrong, I did feel really, really bad about it, but I was in the grips of a panic attack. I really was. And I didn't know what else to do, and I gave her a fair warning. So I run off, and this girl was so mad at me. And while I hung out with her more to hang out with her guy friends, she was supposed to be like my BFF or whatever, and I knew that if I had a problem with her, hanging out in the group would be awkward, and oh my god, did she hold it over my head. I mean, months of me just groveling to this girl and doing all of these things that characteristically I would not do. I was like, "Hey, let's see a movie together," despite the fact that I hate going to the movies. And I'm just like, "Why don't you come have a sleepover at my house?" And again, if I didn't want to hang out with people at school, do you really think that I wanted someone sleeping on my couch? No, I did not. But these are the things that I did to try and make it up to this girl who was so mad at me. And even the guys were like, "I can't believe you did that. That's so messed up. You just head bashed her into the floor." So eventually she did forgive me, and we ended up staying friends for another couple of years before, life happens and people don't work out, I guess. But that was the first hardcore story of me being a total dick. I mean, I'd been a dick to my family, of course, but I had never had friends up till that point, so that was the first time that I was ever really a dick to my friends. This is part 1 of, I'm sure, many, many more to come, because I do have so many stories of me being a dick. So, I hope you enjoyed this speed paint, and I hope you enjoyed my story. And feel free to like and subscribe, comment, all that jazz. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.